Hello, this video is to show and demonstrate how to uninstall and reinstall the upper control arm for a 2003 Ford F-150 4x4. The first step is to jack the vehicle up under the lower A arm and use jack stands to support the rotor and to support the lower A arm toward the inside near the A arm bushings. I have to remove the nut that holds the upper control arm to the steering knuckle, but first I have to remove the cotter pin from the control arm shaft. First thing I'm doing is removing the pin from the bottom of this here upper control arm. I jacked it up underneath that lower A arm. I put a jack stand under the axle, and another jack stand right there. That pin at the bottom has to come out. It's rusty. I lubricated it with WD-40 first. It's still hard to remove. I assume that this ball joint here is loose. The new control arm comes equipped with a new ball joint. I have the pin out from the bottom of this nut. Now I will remove the nut. Really rusty. I probably had to bang on it a lot. Now I'm going to remove the two upper bolts. Right there, and the other side. These are used to adjust the toe. There's a slotted opening there. I have the two bolts out, one there and one here for the other side. Now I'm going to proceed to knock this ball joint out of this socket. I shook this ball joint loose from the socket. I had to really bang it, but had to really support the disc here, the caliper, so to stand up straight. Here's the old upper control arm. Right in there is really rusted. And the bushing is coming apart. Yeah, this boot is pretty much shot. Here's a new one. Yeah, you really want this ball joint installed on your new one. Pay a little bit more, but yeah, if it's hard to move like this, is good. That's the new one. Look at this old one. It's just sloppy. No good. The new upper control arm has a grease fitting right there. The old one doesn't have a grease fitting. Here, grease is packed around the ball in there. The ball and the joint. This boot, it seats right on top of a washer. There's a washer right in there. It seats right on top of there. Had to press it down evenly and pretty much grab something round, something like this, and just tap it all the way around until it's seated all the way down. Instructions for this new upper control arm says you should put grease in it. Could have put the grease under the boot before I installed the boot, but I rather use the grease gun, and had this laying around. Ford Lincoln Mercury multi-function, multi-purpose grease. Got a grease gun, I'm just gonna pump it in there. The torque spec for these bolts is 84 to 112 foot-pounds. 84 to 112 foot-pounds. I'm getting that off of the instructions from the product. Now I'll torque this nut that's underneath this ball joint. Torque it 55 foot-pounds to 77. Excuse me, correction, 56 foot-pounds to 77 foot-pounds. This is how the slots look in the bracket that holds the top of the control arm. Supposed to mark it to get close to where it was. I can see a pattern on this one. I try to put it within that pattern. It'll be close. I'm going to take it and get it aligned right after I finish. First, I put this bolt close to the spot on this left side. Then I torqued the ball joint. Left this one loose. What I'm doing is prying this with a Wonder Bar. Pry it with the Wonder Bar to move that nut out right there to where it goes.